Common issue we have with our clients or my clients is going to be, do we have the right tooling in place to make sure that we can see all of the attacker activity that might be happening in our environment? Um, this is important because as your SOC, even if you have a SOC internally, we want to make sure that you have a fighting chance on seeing all the attacker activity in your environment. And I reference MITRE as I go through this with our clients to give them a framework of what an attacker is typically trying to do and how it's categorized. You can see the diagram of reconnaissance all the way through exfiltration and completion. I want to make sure you can see all of that activity in your environment. So oftentimes we've spent lots of time and money on tools and configurations and everything else, but we'll have gaps in MITRE ATT&CK, and we won't be able to see all of the TTPs that make up MITRE ATT&CK. And so what I've done with my clients, and one quick example is I had a software client that I was helping out several months ago, and we got into us being their monitoring solution, and then they asked, well, do you have the right access? Are we logging everything and giving you everything to make sure that you can see attacker activity? And I go back and I reference MITRE, and I want to make sure that they can see, or that we can see, all of the MITRE ATT&CK TTPs. So we use the tools on MITRE ATT&CK's website. You can download them themselves and use them for yourself. You download those tools, you input all of the different tools that you are using, and it will tell you whether you have gaps in the TTPs, whether you can see all the elements of that framework. The outcome from using MITRE ATT&CK and making sure you can see all the TTPs is that your monitoring solution, your SOC, has a fighting chance of seeing all the different elements of what an attacker can do in your environment. If you don't do that, there's going to be holes in visibility. You won't have the right tooling in place. You won't have the right logging in place. And therefore, an attacker can slip through the cracks and get an initial foothold in your environment and expand out. If you use the MITRE ATT&CK tooling and you use it as a framework to make sure that you can see everything in your environment, then you minimize that risk of having an attacker gain a foothold that you can't see.